Since you weren't paying attention, the middle floor that gave you all the chests were saying shit like, thanks for helping the androids. I saw that. Yeah, I was reading it. I didn't say anything about it, but I was just letting it, you know. I assume you guys are reading the subtitles or like listening to the Japanese because you speak NieR. I know. I know what is said. Aw, come on. I kind of like that sort of technique I was using there, where I've got a wall come. Well, you know, the technique doesn't work if you're just bad. All right. It's kind of interesting how, for this tower, they sort of cut out the bullshit with 9S, to where, like, normally you're hacking robots, but it doesn't really matter that you're hacking robots, because what you're really doing is just playing this minigame. You know? Oh, wow. Okay, I fucked that up real quick. But you know what I mean? Like whatever robot you're fighting, it doesn't make much of a difference. You're still going to be doing the same minigame with maybe minor variations that don't seem to normally have much to do with the actual robot you're fighting. They're just minor variations. And, it's interesting that for this level they just decide, like, let's just cut that out. Like, why even include that having enemies, you know? You're just gonna be hacking anyway. Let's just have him hack. And they're actually doing, like, interesting hacking stuff for this now. Like, this is actually... Oh, actually, this is very interesting. Like, they seem to be experimenting more with the hacking, which almost makes you think, like, man, maybe they should have just done this to begin with. But on the other hand, how do you fucking do that? You can't have, you know, it'd be kind of hard to suddenly have the game not have any enemies. Like, it just has boxes. It's just interesting that now they started doing that. Okay, Oh, I touched the fucking wall. I didn't realize you could lock on. Is that what that's doing? I'm pressing L2 and it's... Well, no, I don't think that's what that's doing. Actually, I think it is what that's doing. I haven't been doing that the whole time. I had no fucking idea. I thought it was just regular old twin stick. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like having only one hit. Fuck! At least you were given the option to fight normally. Not really, though. You know what I mean? Oh, come on. Just fucking kill me if I'm gonna do that. Also, what do you mean by the first time you were given the option to fight normally? I'm not sure what you mean. Because, like, normally when you fight it, when you're 9S, it's like, yeah, you could fight normally, but you don't have access to, like, full combos. So it's like saying, you know, you could walk to the grocery store after I'm, like, breaking your kneecaps. The first recovery unit. Oh, yeah, true. But still, yeah, it's like, why would you fight normally as 9S? You're clearly not meant to, and they take away one of your weapons so that it's not even as good if you did. Like, not as effective and also just not as fun. Ah. We're into the fucking wall again. This is one part where I almost feel like, it'd be, easier to use a keyboard and mouse. That was so fucking close. Because, like, this Xbox, it's not... The Xbox controller is not accurate. or at least not accurate. It might just be me, but I'm used to a keyboard and mouse. All right. Didn't get hit once. Now we're in the final part that is giving us the trouble. Just need to focus. Just need to focus. Just dodge. Dodge. It's easy. Okay. It's still easy. Just don't fuck it up. Easy. I did normally fighting these there sometimes is not as bad as you think. It's also helpful to use the pod at like all times. Yeah, I guess. But like, it's still just not as fun pressing X over and over. You know what I mean? Like when you've got both the weapons, it's like there's like some strategy to it. You equip like a new pair of weapons, and like I was doing earlier, you know, like I'm thinking about like, okay, what's the best way to do this combo? How should I switch back between X and Y? You know what I mean? It's like, do I want to do the heavy, start out with the heavy? Like when you're doing dual blades, you want to start out with the heavy. With the bigger sword, you want to use the heavy, you want to use the light right away, then go into the heavy, then back to the light to keep up a lot of speed and damage. And then with, like, other shit, you want to go into the heavy right away most of the time. It's like there's a lot more shit going on. Not that it needs to. I mean, you can also just fucking mash buttons, and especially on an easier difficulty, you wouldn't have a problem. But, there's more going on, whereas on this one, it's like, okay, do I want to hit X over and over? Maybe while holding down, you know, L1? Or do I want to just hack him? Because that's just so much easier. Maybe not easier, because I'm not great at hacking, but I mean so much simpler. Although also, it's not much simpler, because how can there be much more simple than pressing X and holding L1? But, I don't know. I knew that was gonna happen before I did it, and I still did it. I'm just saying, like, for one thing, a lot of people complained. They said that I heard this complaint that 9S's section, or, well, I didn't even know it was 9S's section when I heard it, because it was before I knew anything about the game. But I heard a lot of people complain that, like, the ending B was, like, the worst part. Even people who said it was alright, which I would agree with, said it's the worst part, and I agree. Like I really think it could have been a lot better. Like, I think the combat is stripped down, and not in a way that's, like, a benefit. It's stripped down, basically, it seems, just to encourage you to hack, which is fine, and hacking is different. But then there's also the problem of, like, you're playing the same game a second time, whereas ending C and D are, like, fucking great, because it's new shit. Like, this feels amazing, getting all this new shit after ending B. Top secret black box. The following documents detail the first stages of Project Yorha. Note that this document has been marked with level SS confidentiality and should not be disclosed to any Yorha personnel, including the bunker commander. Oh. Oh. Each Yorha unit is equipped with a black box, an item created by reusing the core of a machine life form. As such, it could be said that the consciousnesses of Yorha units and machine life forms share the same structure. Oh. Said black boxes were installed after determining that it would be inhumane to install standard AI in androids that were ultimately destined for disposal. For the record, manufacturing black boxes have caused some Yorha units to turn hostile. Oh. So Yorhas are like, yeah, you basically created from machines using that like alien technology. So there's not much. Ooh, that really means there's like not much of a difference between androids and machines. Also, it says it should not be disclosed to anyone, including the bunker commander. Who was this written by then? Because we never really have encountered anyone above the bunker commander, except for the Council of Humanity, which the bunker commander said didn't exist. it was created by Yorha, which would mean her, because she's in charge of the you know what I mean? Like, who's above her? I didn't think about that possibility, though. It could just be false. I don't know a lot of games that do that. I don't know a lot of games that give you these, like, lore documents and then say, like, nah, that's not true. But I guess that's possible. Do I just... Oh. The twist. Oh, ooh. This is interesting. Huh. Looks like he's swimming. Oh. My memories have created a tulpa. This is gonna be a problem. I can hack this guy inside of the hack? There are a lot of dumb jokes that could be made right here. I was trying to think of one better. I can't do it. You know, you could say it's hackingception. That's super lowbrow. The slightly higher version of that joke would be, we heard you like hacking, so we put hacking in your hacking so you can hack while you hack. That's slightly better. There's probably something better than those, but you know, my wit is not at top game right now. I would though like to just to make sure it's expressed that I am. It's very interesting that you're hacking inside of the hacking. Oh shit! I've got the time limit. Ooh. Okay. Why did he hack this core thing instead of just destroying it? It's weird because I was thinking that. I was thinking of just destroying it, but then I got up to it and it said why. So I was like, okay, well I guess we're hacking it. But like I was just gonna destroy it at first. But like the game, you know, like, oh nice. It made it pretty clear that I was supposed to hack it because it had Y over it. But yeah, why he did it, I don't know. Because it said Y over it. Oh, okay. That's not fair. I'm timed and some of the guys like took a second to spawn in. I seem to have one memory left, by the way, which is not great. You gonna fight this sick-ass boss with hacking or like a real man? A little late. Ooh. Ooh. Mmm. I love it when video games do something like that. Like, it'll be a really serious moment, and then it's underlined by items obtained, or like, level up. chapter completed, you know, like, just to really, like, oh, this is fucking really brutal, intense moment. You've obtained a key, you know, with a little bloop.
そうか。9S がそんな状態に。9S の精神状態は危険な状態に達しつつある。早急な対処が必要だ。A2 に随行していて気づいたのだが、適正機械生命体感で情報が共有され始めているようだ。それは調査が必要だな。データを共有するので、そちら側でも注意してほしい。了解した。別件だが、9S について報告がある。なんだ。データを共有するが、心理状態の悪化がかなり深刻だ。こちらも早急に対応が必要だ。同意。だが、対処方法が不明。同意。推奨。データのチェックやメンテナンスを兼ねた休息。同意。では、早速提案する。
It's weird how they even give these, like, actual just robots, like, personality, too.
NFCS の故障、推測、激しい戦闘とメンテナンス不足によるもの。NFCS。
Ooh. Oh, that's nice. I want to jump so I can get that item.
そんな時間ない。予測。すでに抜刀すらできなくなっている状態で戦闘行為に臨むのは自殺行為。レジスタンスキャンプのレボルが修理可能。
Honestly, not that big of a deal if we went into battle without a sword. I don't really use it as 9S. Any progress with Twitch, by the way? Oh, if you hadn't heard, they told me to fuck off and that they weren't gonna unban me for at least 180 days, if ever. But at least 180 days. And then I sent him a backup. I sent him another email saying, like, hey, I think there's been, like, a misunderstanding or something. You still haven't even told me why I was banned, and I got nothing back. So, we're here for now. For at least the next 6 months, it seems. So, welcome. Welcome to your new home. It's, you know. It's what it is. You'll make it your own. I'll make it my own. We'll make it our own. They have the same gasp. The little...
どうしたのその傷。戦闘により負傷。NFCS が機能していない。
よくそんな状態でここまで来られたな。調整に時間がかかる。ちょっと待っててくれ。
ひどい。運動野が虫食いだらけになってる。これじゃあ歩くのも大変だったでしょ。
Hey, fighting spirit overcomes even mechanical problems.
さあ、修理は終わったぞ。
Also, what was that supposed to be? Like nanobots?
ナイエス。約束して一人で死のうとしないで。
Ooh. Oh, that's a...
それを望んじゃいないだろうしな。わかってる。
Every man dies alone. Which is kind of true in a way. It's true in like a philosophical way. You know what I mean? Like it's not literally every man dies alone. Like it's just ridiculous. Lots of people die around their family, but like in a real way, it's like no one is really experiencing the same thing you are. I mean, in another way, you could say that every man lives alone. You know, you live inside your own head, really. I mean, to different degrees, but at the same time, like you don't understand anyone, and you might only hardly understand yourself. So it's like, yeah, you are kind of alone. You know what I mean? Like in a real way, everybody's alone. but at the same time, like it's like an uphill battle trying to not have that happen, like to not be alone. But that's like the basic state of mankind. I haven't been paying attention to the Discord for a day, so I might be missing out on the news. Yeah, must be it then. Yeah, so, yeah, Twitch said fuck off. Which, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, honestly. At least I'm safe inside my mind. I wouldn't say that at all. You ever heard of a crazy person before? They've lost everything simply because of their mind. There's also the idea... Oh, well, wait. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was going to turn into a mech. Those look like arms and legs. There's this idea I've read before where, I think I might have mentioned it on stream a long time ago before. It's the idea that the least trustworthy person in the world is yourself. Because... I don't know. Like, basically, it's based on the idea that everyone knows that there's something wrong about them. You know what I mean? Like an original sin sort of idea. Oh. But like I know the things that I've done wrong. I don't know anything that anyone else has done wrong. And when you think about something like that, it's reasonable then to say that like the person I can trust the least is myself. Like anyone else, at least I can assume the best. Myself, I know exactly how bad I am. Now, I mean, obviously, you learn enough about a person, you might be able to say that they're worse. But even then, it's like you don't know their reasoning. You don't know like why they did something bad. You're passing judgment with maybe not enough information. Like it might be enough information, but you don't know. With yourself, you know. You know whether or not you could have not done that thing. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just very general sense. Oh, we're back. You guys can't see this, but in the bottom right of my screen is a bunch of Steam notifications where this one person keeps switching between Spider-Man games. He keeps switching back between Spider-Man Web of Shadows and, like, I think it's Spider-Man 2 or something. He just switched back to Web of Shadows. Oh, special prize. First, I'm kind of curious what, if I can even get in here, what's going on in here. He switched, okay, now he's playing Web of Shadows again. Huh. You think it's worth looking around here? I'm actually, like, super curious. Everyone's dead here. But that's just from 2B. That's not... I was wondering if, like, maybe there was some, like... Something about Pascal did that in, like, a rage or something. But no. He's, that was 2B killed all those. I shouldn't have gone down here. I was curious if maybe there'd be like an Easter egg sort of thing where because of the ending we chose, Pascal's like down here somewhere. Now that we're here, I'm just gonna walk in here and check if there's anything. Also, this is just kind of neat. And there's items. Oh, free money. Yeah. Well, I guess that's worth it. I didn't think so, and it's kind of a better way of doing it that they left it open-ended. You know, you walk back in there, and Pascal's not there, and you're just left to think about, like, what he did, like, what could have happened. Like, did he kill himself? Did he just, you know, like, did he get over it? Did he just run off? Did he go and, you know, like, try and fight the machines and die swinging sort of thing? Or, like, what? It's nice that it's, like, ambiguous, actually. Although it also would have been also, like, pretty hard-hitting if he was, like, dead on the floor there or something, you know, but I'm perfectly okay with this. Tell him to make up his mind. He just switched again. The mind is our own worst enemy. Yeah, I would actually say that's true, but also it's our, like, greatest strength. You know? An intelligence and a will is what differentiates a human being from an animal. But an animal also isn't responsible in the same way a human being is. Trusting people gets you in trouble. I'd say, well, I mean, depends. I mean, yeah, in a lot of cases. But also, if you never trust anyone, that can get you in similar trouble. Or a different kind of trouble, maybe. That little announcement should tell you how A2's timeline matches up with 9S's. Yeah, I think A2's is... Or wait. Yeah, okay. Now he's playing Web of Shadows. His name is Fat Cock, by the way. I think that's a recent change. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Let's go to the resistance camp real quick just to be able to teleport. You need a happy medium. Yeah, well, and I think in a lot of things, people just exist in a happy medium normally. Like, most people trust some people and don't trust most people. You know what I mean? Like that's just, yeah, that's fairly, that makes sense. There's some people you can trust, some people you can't. And even if you had, like, a very trusting nature, some people would just prove themselves untrustworthy, and you would still have an in-between, basically. But, I don't know. How close am I to actually being done with this, by the way? Because I was told I could maybe finish it in, like, you know, a sitting. And I'm wondering, because isn't there an ending E? Isn't it A, B, C, D, E are the real endings, and then the rest of them are like joke endings? Which, by the way, how the fuck have we only gotten like 2 of those? If there's 20. You're about an hour or 2 away, I think. Well, then we'll probably finish it. If it goes on really long, I might have to take a piss or something, but right now I'm perfectly okay. Kosher. That was somewhat to be expected. Ooh, new tunes. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad, you know, but it's not... It's just not as good. I'm actually okay with it right now. Because there's just too many enemies, like I don't want to hack all these. Yeah, honestly, if you're shooting more, especially now that I upgraded this one, it's not as bad. But still not as good. This is all what I would put it at. Oop, oop. This game's got a really good soundtrack. Like I know a lot of these kind of Japanese games. I was almost gonna call this an RPG, which is just stupid, just absolutely stupid. But a lot of games like this, like anime aesthetic, serious games, I guess you would say, have good music. I know that's not like a real genre, but it's a category, you know. But it's good. It's good. Like whoever, I don't even know who's responsible for this soundtrack, but it's good. And Dalton's girlfriend was trying to tell me it wasn't good at some point. She's a fucking crazy person. In fact, I was trying to like pull up when she told me she didn't like the soundtrack. I was like so amazed by it. She hadn't played the game. She just occasionally like would stop in on this stream because like to tell me something. Like that time she doxed Dalton. And she was saying she didn't like the music. And so like I was pulling up some music. I'm like, you're crazy, listen to this. And she still didn't like it. And I just started listening to the music myself. Like just from starting listening to it to like show her, I was like, man, the soundtrack's really good. Like I'm just gonna listen to this for a while. What was her reasoning? She's a woman. She didn't have any reasoning. Are you kidding? She just didn't like it. No, I'm not even really joking. I hope she's listening to this right now, by the way. That'd be perfect. But, no, honestly, yeah, it was like, reason. I mean, I guess there's a lot about this game that's just really well polished. It's almost like they just wanted to make a good game. It's funny too that someone like Yoko Taro was in charge of the project when you think about like his philosophy on a lot of things. Like, not that I know much about the guy, but like when he was asked in interviews, like, why is 2B wearing high heels? Why does she have giant tits and stuff? And his answer was like, because I really like women. And it's like, it's just like, he just wanted it to be fun. You know, like, why do the women in the game look attractive? Because it's more fun to have attractive characters. Like, that's just, you don't want, like, you're supposed to either relate with the character. You're either supposed to relate to them, or, you know, root for them, or like them, you know, generally. And it's like, you know, maybe it's a sad truth, but it is the truth, is like, it's a lot easier when the person isn't ugly. And if you have the choice whether or not you make your character ugly, you know, a real person, they don't have the choice. But you're making a character, making them attractive is just like, that's what you should do. Especially if all you want is just something fun. Like if you want to make some game that had like a point, I mean this game seems to have a point maybe. But I mean like if there was a reason that you wanted an unattractive lead, or, you know, then it's like, okay, then it makes sense. Maybe you want an ugly lead because your game has something to do with that. Hopefully it also has something to do with being fun, and I would doubt it with that premise, but you never know. But yeah, if you just want to, if your main goal is making a fun game, then like, yeah, make the people attractive. I don't see why not. Did I do that? I don't think I started hacking. It's really weird too, like the modern obsession with ugliness, the idea that people who are, it's like, I don't know, it's like in general there's this idea, especially among, you know, certain people. Oh, my little, I have like, you know, my browser open another window and it just like told me that Tamper Monkey updated. Yeah, I don't need to know that. Don't take me off the window I need. Anyone can be beautiful, so I'm gonna make the main character as ugly as myself. Yeah, there's this weird, really weird thought, you know, like these ideas now, especially among like liberal-minded people, that like beauty doesn't exist, or beauty is subjective, not even to a degree of like taste, but just to a degree of not existing, or beauty is like, or the ugly can be beautiful, which just gets rid of the definition of beauty altogether. And it's just, it's weird that, I don't know. It makes you wonder about the intention, simply because beauty is one of the three, like, transcendentals. It's one of the, in philosophy, it was one of the things that, like, it's supposed to be one of the higher things, you know, like one of the, it's like, what is it? Truth, morals, and, or yeah, the true, the good, and the beautiful are like the transcendentals. They're the thing that like go beyond the everyday, and they're supposed to be the things that like get you closer to God or get you closer to holiness. Is the things that are true, the things that are good, as in like morally, and the things that are beautiful. And it seems almost like, when you think of it that way, it seems almost like an attack on holiness. Like, we don't want, and it's like a modern idea too, that like, if someone's attractive, they almost have to be a bad person. You know what I mean? Like that's almost a thing you get from like an early age, in a lot of ways now. Not like going, not always. You watch fucking Disney or something, you know, like old Disney shit, and they don't have, you know, the heroes aren't super unattractive. The evil people are unattractive. It's a visual way of showing evil. But like, now it's like you almost expect the opposite. And it's just strange, is I guess the main point I'm getting at. And you could say that it points towards something, and I think it might, you know. Might point towards a concerted effort, might just be a symptom of a disintegrating society.